Yes, what's going on?
You speak with Dr. Umar.
Yeah, this definitely does.
Are you stationary?
Yeah, I'm stationary.
Okay, we having a little trouble hearing you, brother. You on speakerphone?
Yeah, I'm on speaker.
Can you come off speaker and talk directly into the phone?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, there you go.
You know,
Okay, now Dr. Umar can hear you. Go. Would you repeat yourself, please?
I'm expecting something different out of this brother. I never seen none of the elders who will respond in this fashion. No Dr. Clark or none of them. This information has came from ADAPT, and they all got it twisted, and it's going to eight, and to be acting like children about some information that we inherited. I'm pissed off because everybody's looking like, oh, this a bunch of crap. So yeah, I'm pissed.
At
All
Umar?
this tough talk, we come from the street, and we got down like that for real down here in Detroit. All the Inkster, so I know how this shit.
Hold it, put it. We don't go there. On the internet, you can. On TV, we're on TV. We don't lie. We don't go there. I don't know what is it, if this is about SETI or what, but I'm kind of not liking the tone. With all due love, we're going to wish you well and peace. Dr. Umar, something...
Yes. What he did, he embarrassed the whole thing. Let's be honest about it.
Okay, thank you, brother. We want to thank you. Other callers, please feel free to call in. The lines are clear. He's from Detroit, family well known.
Situation that had occurred between him and some brothers in New York City a couple weeks ago, and it did not look to be a positive situation. So I had announced that I think it was necessary for the elders of the conscious community to call a meeting of all the young lecturers and scholars and create some sort of list of principles that we could agree on as it relates to our conduct with each other. It was not a meeting to force anyone to work with somebody they don't want to work with.
Right.
It was about establishing a climate of mutual respect. It could maybe I'm working with the family in New York that he had the differences with, which is not the case because I'm an independent operator. But when I made my requests, I made it honestly and sincerely from the heart. So he made some statements about me that were attack-based, some very negative insinuations about me, but he did. So hearing the accusations that he made, some of the things he said about me personally, and in hindsight, I should not have responded the way that I did, and I take responsibility for that. But at the same time, you can't always be the goody two-shoe. And it's like whenever I decide to express my discontent with someone being disrespectful towards me, everybody goes up in arms. You know, don't get me wrong. I should have done a better job with the way I handled the situation. I'll take full responsibility for that. But at the same time, when you're dealing with that degree of animosity, that degree of negativity that's always being hurled by those who may not be as successful in this work, you get tired of it because at the end of the day, you still a human being yourself. So again, I wasn't right with the way I responded. I should have ignored it, you know, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that through these years, things have been said. I've heard things. I've seen certain subliminal shots, and I have ignored them. But once he finally decided to mention my name, I felt the need to respond. And, you know, I had challenged the brother to a debate about what we stand for on my platform. It wasn't about violence or none of that, but I understand. And I've been doing this work before you even knew me. But be that as it may, the long story short is neither he or I acted in a way that our community would have liked us to see, would have liked to see. We were both wrong.
Aquila, and we're going to win. But for the record, you are not threatening any violence.
No, sir.
At Seti,
no, sir.
Or anybody.
And I never have. And I never have. And the one thing that has to be made clear is when you look at all these little beefs that I've had with different personalities in the conscious community, I was never the aggressor. You cannot point to one altercation where I said something disrespectful about someone first. I stay in my lane. I mind my business. I do my work. You know, I pretty much operate in isolation because I don't think a lot of people in the conscious community are sincere. I'm just being honest. I think there's a motive above and beyond serving the people. And I'm not saying I'm no saint, but when it comes to the work, I'm very sincere about it. And I think that's why people love me the way that they do. You know, so I've never aggressed, never. This situation would have never even happened had my name been called. But I still maintain that I could have conducted myself in a way that is much more becoming of someone who's about to open a school for our boys. In fact, today, Baba, it was a reflective day for me because as I check my texts and my emails, and my phone been going crazy all day. I've had 500 texts after I took a 2-hour nap. And most of the people, they just want to spread the nonsense. Most of the people don't want conflict resolution. They want conflict continuation. You know, had I known my up and with this, and these are the same people who say we don't need conflict, but yet you instigate it, you promulgate it, you share it. But again, it couldn't have happened with email that hurt me to refocus. In fact, I would say I got about 20 emails and texts a day from brothers between the age of 14 and 25 who expressed their disappointment. And that's when I had to look at myself and say, 2017, you can't do this no more. Got a tough.
We all love and respect much of his work. His uncle Pianki been out here for a number of years and works with young children over at Keebalan Center. So we understand, but you don't see Umar throwing water on the hot plate of grease. You don't see that.